the end of our presentation, here is what to expect. First, we will be defining curriculum implementation, and we're going to identify major concerns about it. We will also be showcasing some factors influencing the implementation of a curriculum. And last, we will be examining several models that support the process of implementing curriculum in a school setting. Now, since my part is only to provide you an overview of our topic, I decided to begin my presentation with a recall. So when we say curriculum, it is a comprehensive plan. No? It's a plan that aims to achieve specified set of goals. It is a prospectus. It can also be a blueprint, and it's a program. Let's say, for example, you are hired in a particular school. There are certain things you need to know so you can carry out the very purpose why you are hired. You should ask yourself, what should I teach? Diba? Who are my students? And what resources should I use? And so on. Perhaps curriculum being comprehensive in nature can provide you the answers with most of these questions. This is also why a curriculum should not be just an abstract plan. Hindi dapat siya malabo. It should be documented. And that document is what educators know as the curriculum guide. In short, when we say curriculum, it is a package of specified competencies that learners will acquire through a systematic and organized learning experience. Let me ask you this question. How do you understand when I say that a curriculum is not a political campaign? Uso ngayon yan, mag-ano na kasi mag-election na, di ba? Maraming politiko ngayon nangangako. No? Ano po ba yung common notion natin sa isang politiko? And then sabi natin, madalas yung mga political ads ay mga pangakong ano? Pangakong,
Napapako.
ayun, very good, no? So, a curriculum is not that one, no? Hindi ganyan yung characteristic ng curriculum. Curriculum should be expectation versus reality. Curriculum should be the realization of expectation. Kailangan nagawa yon, nangyayari yon, no? Nagmamaterialize yon. This is why we say that a curriculum ends with the design and development. It should be supported, it should also be implemented, and it should be evaluated. Why is there a need to evaluate a curriculum? So that we can be able to revise if needed. Diba po? Okay, next slide po. And konting showbiz news muna tayo. No? Just this past few years, 2022 ngayon, 2021, up to 2020 and 2019, just this past few years, we heard of several breakups in the Philippine showbiz. Di ba? Alam mo pa kayo dyan, yung mga mahilig sa mga love team. Diba? Nandyan yung hiwalayang Nadine and James Reid. No? Though they are not actually married yet. I heard nagsama sila under one roof, then boom, ayawan na. Tama? No? Nandyan din yung hiwalayang LJ and Paulo Contis. Nandyan din si Derek Ramsey and Andrea Torres. And of course, sinong hindi makakaalam nung naging kapalaran ni Kylie Padilla kay Aljur Abrenica. Grabe, ang ganda nung kasal, di ba? Pero tapos na lahat yun. No? Well, we did not mention them for nothing. Let us root what made them fail. I repeat, let us root what made them fail. Imposible kasing hindi sila nangarap eh. 'Di ba? Naniniwala ba kayong hindi nangarap yung mga yan? Nangarap yan. 'Di ba? It is equally impossible that they never had a plan. Nangarap yan, nagplano yan para sa kinabukasan nila. Nag-usap sila about their future. And for sure, they also had their promises. Diba? Mga personal promises, nagbanggitan yan. Pero saan nga kaya nagka-problema? Tagay niyo po. Anybody from the group? Alam natin, nagpangakuan yan sa isa't isa eh. Saan kaya nagka-problema? May pangako, may promises.
Sir,
Po.
For me, the foundation, yung love and yung support to each other.
Very good,
Nagkaroon ng
no?
misunderstanding.
Yung foundation, opo, very good po 'yun. Okay, how about yung pangako nila sa isa't isa? 'Di ba po tama si ma'am dun 'no, yung foundation which is love. Pero ako naman, personally naniniwala akong mahal lang sa simula, 'di ba? Kaya nga nila nagawa ako, eh, 'di ba? We can actually question their love. Sila
Sir,
nakakaalam lang sa sarili nila, eh. Yes
Sir
po.
Landy. Sorry to
Yes,
interrupt,
ma'am.
medyo naglo-lost signal po kayo, medyo nagcha-choppy po kayo.
Nawawala po. Okey na po?
Yes, sir, medyo okay.
Ayan, sige po. So yun 'no, sabi ko nga personally naniniwala ako mahal nila isa't isa sa simula, 'no. Siguro the only point here is that nagkulang sila dun sa implementation ng mga pangako nila. No, they had their promises, but then the problem is they never did, no, their promises. Yung mga plans nila, may plano eh. So what is the main point here? It all boils down to is what we call implementation. Nakukuha niyo na po yung bakit ko siya inuugnay dun sa mga failed relationship na 'to. 'Di ba? Because when we go
Yes,
back
sir.
to the very topic, it is always important that we plan our work. But what matters most is that we work our plan. 'Di ba? Parang sa mga teachers, 'di ba? Ang ganda-ganda ng lesson plan, 'di ba? Pero pagka inobserve, ano po nangyayari? Yung lesson plan hanggang lesson plan na lang, 'di ba? So same thing, no? Lesson plan is a part of the curriculum. No? Bahagi po yan. Titignan niyo po yung kabuuan ng structure ng isang curriculum in its entirety. Bahagi po ang lesson plan ng isang malawak na curriculum. So, in the cycle of developing a curriculum, that working the plan is what we call curriculum implementation. It focuses how curriculum design to which instructions backed with available resources carried out. Highlight ko lang po yung salitang resources. When a curriculum is adopted in a school, the school authorities should ensure the availability of the resources, which include primarily of the facilities. Example, mag-o-offer ng cookery, tapos KKB ng equipment materials yung mga bata. Ano kaya yun? Diba? Nag-offer pa ng cookery, wala ka palang gamit. Diba? Remember, there is one university which I prefer not to mention anymore. Nag-offer minsan ng nursing school na yon, university na yon. No? During my time, nagtataka ako. Kahit na in the school, wala yung school na yun eh. Then after 2 years, na-abolish yung school. There are also private schools, may computer laboratory na. Pero ang ratio, 1:10. Imagine that. So, what I would like to point out is that kahit gaano ka-resourceful teachers, at kahit gaano kagaling yung mga bata, still, the availability and the quality of the resources greatly affect efficiency of a program. Remember, the efficiently supported curriculum is expected to be an efficiently implemented curriculum. Kailangan yung sinusuportahan. Diba? Kasi hindi pa i-implement yung curriculum, mananatili lang siyang document kung wala namang support. That's why we always say that a curriculum should be greatly supported. Now, aside from being supported, sige po pa next slide po ako. What else are the key features of an effective curriculum implementation? Okay, so here are some of the key features of an effective curriculum implementation. First, modification. The central player in the curriculum implementation are teachers, and therefore they are mostly affected every time the curriculum is modified. I remember on my 5th to 10th year of teaching, there are a series of changes in the curriculum of Philippine education for secondary schooling as in every year. Taon-taon yun. From my 5th year of teaching, taon-taon nagbabago po yung curriculum. Kaliwat kanan ng seminar and trainings kasi aside from the changes in the content per subject area, there were also changes in the approach and the grading system. Kaya kaliwa't kanan yung aming mga ano, eh, seminars na ina-attendan, eh. Kasi taon-taon may pagbabago. Remember from BEC, do you remember that BEC? Ano yung BEC? Basic Education Curriculum. Then afterwards, naging RBEC, Revised Basic Education Curriculum. Tapos kung naaalala nyo, nagkaroon pa ng UBD, yung tinatawag nilang backward design. Can you remember that? UBD, Understanding by Design. Tapos biglang pasok na tong K-12. Diba? Tanong, is it necessary? Yes, it's necessary. Why? Because that is the very nature of a curriculum. Nagbabago po ang curriculum. It is dynamic and it requires modification. Kailangan talagang binabago ng curriculum. But of course, there is always a perfect timing for that. No, yun yung question kasi, yung timing. Handa na ba? Diba? Next, modification. No, no. I'm done with modification. Modification as the nature of the curriculum implementation should involve not just changes in the content, which is knowledge based, but also on attitudes and actions, which are approach based. This is what I am telling you a while ago. When you revise the content, especially if it entails major revisions, there is really a domino effect, which will require changes in the manner the curriculum is delivered. And of course, the manner the learners deal with the curriculum will also change. So basically, lahat ng stakeholders are expected to adapt to these changes. Pag binago mo po ang curriculum, ang unang-unang nahihirapan dyan, of course, yung teachers. Magbabago siya ng ano niya eh, magbabago siya ng kanyang style, ng kanyang sistema, di ba? Secondly, nahihirapan din yung mga estudyante. Panibagong adaptation na naman, di ba? Tapos yung mga parents din, naaapektuhan din sila and all the stakeholders in a school community are affected. But again, I would like to emphasize, kailangan po ng changes and modifications sa curriculum. Third, expect the implemented curriculum to be developmental and growing. So it is professionally progressive. It requires interactions, feedback, and support. The progress of the curriculum is not a one-man effort. So when we implement a curriculum, it is like an inquiry to the culture of the group as you try to figure out how is the curriculum going. As you also used all the available resources required and you devise o ginagamit nyo yung different approaches set forth in the curriculum. Hindi pwedeng basta-basta ma-implement lang yung curriculum. Pwede na, no? Remember that each and every after the complete implementation of curriculum, it immediately be followed by an evaluation so the necessary revisions can be carried out. So, kailangan ma-evaluate siya. So, let us say, teacher ka, pwedeng ma-interview ka, or you will be asked to fill up a checklist or survey, and your responses will be used for replanning the curriculum. Mahalaga yun, no? And last, nabanggit ko na to kanina pa, so curriculum implementation is a collective effort of the stakeholders, the government, the schools, the community, and of course the learners and the guardians. There should be an open communication between them. Next. Now, here's a big question. Is it possible for a curriculum to fail? Yes. No, it's possible for a curriculum to fail, but the blame should not be singled. There could be several factors, over factors, affecting the implementation of a curriculum. According to several studies, there are reasons that top amongst the reasons why a curriculum fails, and that is the failure to understand the school culture. As the saying goes, be a Roman when in Rome. Curriculum is not a one-size-fits-all program. No, hindi mo pwedeng ilit yan sa lahat ng school. No, ganun kasi tayo, no, pinipilit natin. Sabi kasi ng ano, DepEd, sabi kasi ng CHED, ganito gawin, no? So always remember that a curriculum is not a one-size-fits-all program. Huwag natin niyang ipilit. It takes into account that no two school systems are exactly the same. The power relationships and the traditions beside prior to implementation of the curriculum so it can be modified if ever possible to fit organization and its unique system as a school. No, minsan kasi ganun yung mga schools, lalo mga private schools. I will not mention any private school na pero kasi ako I'm private school, no? May mga napasukan akong private school na ibibigay sa'yo yung ano, guide. Tapos meron doon mga materials na kailangan, may mga facilities na kailangan. Wala naman gano'n. Pero sabi sundin yun. So, kailangan makita natin yung relevance ng mga activities na nasa curriculum guide doon sa unique system ng school. I need to say, excited po ako kung tama ako. Ayan. Means the same, an effectively implemented curriculum is a curriculum that is carefully and deliberately studied over time and is communicated and supported by the community. Ayan po. So,